What's up, everybody? My name is Dana Harris with Young Gurus Math Tutoring, and I'm back again to drop some more math jewels. In this video, I want to share with you the topic of order of operations. Now, order of operations, I like teaching this because I always remind students that order of operations is the one concept that brings math together for people all over the world. So I like to use the scenario if we're here in America and you have a classroom in another country and we give those kids the same problem, they can get the same answer because of order of operations. Now, as you can see over here, I have a table or a chart, and most people hear PEMDAS. Please excuse my dear Aunt Sally, but I like to explain mine a little bit different. So I always set up this little table or this chart, whatever you want to call it. P stands for parentheses. All right. Now, instead of just parentheses, we want to teach kids grouping symbols as well, because you can have parentheses, brackets, braces. There's several different types of grouping symbols. Okay. And that depends on the level of mathematics that you're at. So parentheses or grouping symbols. E is exponents. That's going to be the same. M and D, multiplication and division, but notice I have this arrow. That means from left to right. So you treat multiplication and division from left to right as you see them. And then the same thing with addition and subtraction. You go from left to right as you see them. And I'll show you what that means in just 1 minute. Let's go ahead and get into the first example. All right, example 1. Now let's say I have 52 plus 8 to the second power. So minus, all right, so 52 plus 8 to the second power minus 3 times 4 minus 2 to the third power. Okay, so what we want to do in this case is we want to work out what's in the grouping symbols or the parentheses first. So I'm going to bring everything else down just the way it is. So I'm going to say 52 plus 8 to the second power minus 3. 4 minus 2 is 2. Okay, and we're going to keep the exponent of 3. Okay, so notice the only thing that I dealt with is 4 minus 2 because it's in the parentheses. All right, now exponents, and we want to be very careful. So I'm going to bring that 52 down, plus 8 to the second power is 8 times 8, so that's actually going to be 64 minus, notice the exponent is on the 2, so we need to keep the 3, and then 2 to the third power is 8. Okay, so notice I did both exponents in this case. Now I'm left with addition, subtraction, and multiplication. And according to the table, I need to do the multiplication first. So I'm going to say 52 plus 64 minus 3 times 8 is 24. Okay? And now I have addition, then subtraction. So we're just going to work from left to right. So I end up getting 116 minus 24. And my final answer from that is going to be 92. That's my final answer. Notice I did everything pretty much one step at a time. And you got to be very, very careful. Also notice my work is coming in closer and closer. You want to make sure that you keep your work neat when you're working these out so that you won't make a mistake. A simple mistake can cause a lot of problems. All right. Let's do example 2. Okay. In example 2, I want to have 6 to the second power minus 3 to the third power, and I want to divide that by 2. Okay, so notice we have exponents within the parentheses. So we actually have to, when you're working inside the parentheses, you have to work out order of operations inside the parentheses as well. So I'm going to do the exponents in here first. So let's say this is 6 to the second power, which is 36, minus 3 to the third power is 27, and still divided by 2. Okay, now 36 minus 27 is 9. And 9 divided by 2 is actually 4.5. Now you can make it in fraction form and just say 9 over 2. It's the same thing, but in this case we're going to, since it's 9 divided by 2 instead of fraction form, we're going to just say 4.5. And that's your final answer right there. Keep in mind we did order of operations inside the parentheses. All right. Let's get into a few more examples. What if I have example 3, or as I like to say, tree, and example tree says 6 to the 4th power divided by tree to the 2nd power, or 3, and then that is divided by 9. Now notice this one is, I want to show you different types of examples on purpose. Notice this is in fraction form, and when you see a fraction when you're dealing with order of operations and simplifying expressions, it's almost as if the numerator has parentheses around it. So we want to do everything in the numerator first. We want to simplify the numerator first, and then when we get the numerator down to one term, then we divide it by what's in the denominator. Okay? So in this case, what I have is 6 to the 4th power, and 6 to the 4th power, I believe, is 1,296 divided by 9, and that's over 9. All right. Now 1,296 divided by 9 is going to actually equal 144 over 9, and 144 over 9 is actually equal to 16. So even though we had that large expression right here, 6 to the 4th power is a very large number, 1,296 divided by 9, and then so we did the numerator 1,296 divided by 9 first. That gave us 144. Then we took that and divided it by 9. We're left with 16. Example 4. All right, this one is going to be totally different. So I have 2 times 7 plus 4 divided by 9 divided by 3. Not that difficult, but notice there is 9 divided by 3 in the denominator, and then there's 2 operations in the numerator. So we need to treat the numerator as if it has parentheses around it, and then the denominator as if it has parentheses around it. I'll show you what I mean by that. So I'm going to just work with the numerator first, and in the numerator I have multiplication and addition, and according to this I need to do that first. So I have 2 times 7 is 14 plus 4 divided by, or over, 9 divided by 3. Okay, still going to take the numerator. That gives me 14 plus 4 is 18 over 9 divided by 3. And then now I'm going to do 9 divided by 3, which is 6. I'm sorry, 9 divided by 3 is not 3. 9 divided by 3, I'm sorry, 9 divided by 3 is not 6. Getting tongue-tied. 9 divided by 3 is 3. And then 18 divided by 3 equals 6. Sometimes those numbers get to running together and we can get ahead of ourselves. So just take it from me. Watch yourself. Don't move too fast. Don't get ahead of yourself because you might make a mistake. Young Guru's Math Tutoring. I've got the solution to your math problems.